to McLaren complaints after Norris penalty at U.S. Grand Prix. Max Verstappen has hit back at McLaren after the team voiced strong criticism of his driving and the penalty that cost Lando Norris a podium finish at the U.S. Grand Prix. Verstappen, now locked in an increasingly intense title battle with Norris, dismissed McLaren's grievances, telling them to stop complaining. The controversial incident occurred during Sunday's race in Austin, where Ferrari's Charles Leclerc secured a commanding victory. In the final stages of the race, Norris attempted to overtake Verstappen for third place at turn 12, but the Dutchman defended aggressively, pushing Norris wide. While Norris completed the overtake on track, the stewards intervened, handing the McLaren driver a 5-second penalty for going off track during a move. The decision relegated Norris to fourth, costing him crucial points in the championship battle, where he now trails Verstappen by 57 points with only 5 races remaining. Norris and McLaren were furious with the penalty, with the British driver arguing that the stewards had acted too hastily. McLaren's team principal, Andrea Stella, echoed those sentiments, believing both drivers had gone off track, rendering the penalty unnecessary. Verstappen, however, was quick to brush off the criticism, suggesting that McLaren's frustrations were rooted in their fading title hopes. "They complain a lot lately," Verstappen remarked after the race. "But it is very clear, and it is in the rules. If you are outside the white line, you cannot pass, and I've been penalized for that in the past, too." The rivalry between Red Bull and McLaren has escalated in recent weeks. Before the race weekend, McLaren had raised concerns with the FIA regarding a device on the Red Bull car that could potentially alter the front bib under park firm conditions. Verstappen's remark about McLaren complaining a lot was seen as a reference to this protest. Earlier in the season, Red Bull had also questioned McLaren's rear wing design, accusing them of using a flexing rear wing during the Baku GP. During the race in Austin, the battle between Norris and Verstappen had been intense, with the two drivers going wheel-to-wheel for the last 10 laps. The defining moment came at turn 12, a sharp 90-degree corner where Norris made his move to pass. Verstappen, defending on the inside line, was marginally ahead at the apex, a critical factor in how the regulations are applied. McLaren, however, felt Verstappen had deliberately braked late, knowing he would force both drivers off track and prevent Norris from completing a clean pass. After the race, Andrea Stella explained McLaren's position, stating that they had reviewed the footage multiple times and believed Verstappen had manipulated the rules to his advantage. "The defending car goes just straight at the apex," Stella said. "We've checked the video multiple times. It's just going straight and off the track as much as Lando is doing, giving Lando no chance to complete the maneuver." Stella went on to question how often Verstappen uses this tactic to defend his position, noting that both drivers went off track and neither appeared to gain a clear advantage. "If there is an advantage gained, it was at least neutral," he added. Norris, meanwhile, described the penalty as a momentum killer in his pursuit of the championship, highlighting how costly the 5-second sanction had been. The debate over how the incident was handled and how the regulations are interpreted is expected to continue into the next race in Mexico. Adding to the controversy, several other incidents during the race highlighted inconsistencies in stewarding decisions. Mercedes' George Russell was penalized at the same corner for forcing Valtteri Bottas wide while attempting an overtake. Mercedes team principal Toto Wolff described that decision as a joke. Similarly, Yuki Tsunoda was punished for pushing Alex Albon off track, while Verstappen's move at turn 1 on the opening lap, where he forced Norris wide, went unpunished. Wolff was vocal in his frustration, suggesting a lack of consistency in how penalties are applied. Verstappen didn't get a penalty, and at the end, Lando got a penalty for being forced off and overtaking on the outside. "I guess it is a bit biased decision-making," Wolff observed, adding to the growing controversy over the weekend's events. As the championship battle tightens, the tension between Red Bull and McLaren is expected to continue both on and off the track, with the next round in Mexico likely to bring further scrutiny to the stewarding and racing tactics.